There's no such thing as a bad win in football, is there? And 3 points is exactly what Manchester United and Ten Hag especially needed out of that today. But the feeling walking out of Old Trafford is one of, meh, we got through it. I mean, if we didn't have 2 penalties, would that game have been anything but 0-0? It had 0-0 writ all over it. Two very, very average football sides playing a game out midday on a Saturday. It wasn't one for the TV. It was just, again, like I said, just not quite. The players aren't good enough. Ten Hag said that. He's made that clear. He made that clear with his substitutions today. Again, he won't bring McTominay off. He won't bring Rashford off. Sorry, he's got his players that he knows he can trust that are just going to put a shift in, whether or not they've got the quality or not. But that game again there today, nearly every single person we've walked up to just coming out there has said, if we play like that against Liverpool next week, then we're out the FA Cup. To be fair, I think we're going to be out the FA Cup anyway, because the only hope we've got is Rasmus Højlund coming back and us actually having an outball, because today we didn't. Again, poor decision making in the final third when we're in decent positions. Garnacho's guilty of that, even though he got both penalties today. Give him credit for that. He had chances, especially in the first half and the second half, in fact, with the ball across from Bruno that he didn't take. Rashford was anonymous, is that the right word, I think? Anonymous, yeah, that's the one, yeah. Forgot what it's like. I've said it that many times this bleeding season with him, but again, got his penalty. Look at Bruno doing his captain's bit. Bruno, best player on the park today, I think. There are other positives in that Man United side today. 37-year-old Johnny Evans, standout defender again. I thought the one substitution that Ten Hag did get right was bringing Johnny Evans off, so he got the applause that he deserved after that performance today. Just calm, cool, collective, absolutely everything you need in a game like that, because United were in a bit of a self-destruct mode. From the get-go, we were just giving the ball away for fun, trying to play football that we shouldn't have been playing, and Everton were feeding off it. I'm fully convinced that Sean Dyche is going to be going in on that interview there saying that we were unlucky today. If buts and maybes, I know, but if Everton had shooting boots on, they would have got something out of that game today. I'm convinced of it. Where they are physical and they are strong and quick up front, they just haven't got anyone to put the ball in the back of the net, and we got away with it a little bit. Again, go back to what I said at the start. 2 penalties, they were the 2 of our shots on target, and a free kick from Bruno. Out of open play, we really didn't create anything apart from the Garnacho chances that I can remember anyway. But Everton will look at that and go, United were there for the taking there today. United really were, and they could have got something from the game. It could have been 12-time lucky in terms of how long it's taken them to get a win here at Old Trafford. But United going forward, big problem, not creating enough chances. That self-destruct mode at the back nearly cost us early doors. Everton being poor, not taking advantage of that, I think played to our advantage. And the game just died off in the second half, really, because it's 2 mid-table teams at best. Everton fighting relegation. United are a mid-table team. That quality of side that we've got out there, I feel shown there today. Scott McTominay in midfield from the start. I keep going on about it. He isn't good enough. He's all right to come off the bench as an impact sub, but on the half turn, he had numerous chances to play a ball through there and couldn't. If you haven't got the capabilities to play the simplest of balls through, then you don't belong in the starting lineup for Manchester United. You really don't. There was a moment where he had a ball to play on the edge of the box. I say he was about 25 yards out. He could have shot or he could have played it through. Instead, somehow he ended up losing it and getting a yellow card. That's Scott McTominay in the final third. He doesn't suit that midfield role. He's not good enough. We are struck with injuries right now, but there are other options that Ten Hag can use. He's too stubborn. He'll come out of there laughing and smiling today and trying to build the positives. And there were positives in that game today. I'll go back again to Bruno's performance on that. But past that, still looking very, very shaky. And I don't know where the biggest problem is at the moment for us. It's like up front is disastrous for us. It really is. Like Garnacho is trying and he's creating what he can from scraps. Rasmus Højlund was proof of that, how he's had to create so much of his own when he was in his purple patch recently before his injury. When you've got Marcus Rashford in this team again and the effort, and I listened to it on the radio going home after the Fulham game, it was dead right, and someone said it to me again in the crowd today. It was one of, he just finds places where he cannot be found on the pitch. He goes hiding as such. He makes it impossible for anyone to actually pass a ball to him. He makes it look like he's working, but he's really not. And then he's not going to get blamed for anything that goes wrong, but he's not willing to take a risk. There's only one man that's willing to take a risk in that side, and that is Bruno Fernandes in the final third. And you can criticise him all you want. I've done it aplenty, but today it was Bruno, not of old. I'm not going to say he's back to his best, because nowhere near that. But today he was the best player on the park, followed closely by Johnny Evans, I will say that. But Bruno Fernandes, I think, was the reason why United won that game there today. He did his captain's bit by taking some pressure off Rashford. Well, he could have heaped it on him if he missed the penalty, but he gave Rashford that opportunity to actually take that penalty, get his name on the score sheet again. And you know what? I think Bruno's done that deliberately just to try and get something out of Rashford, like give him a bit of a boost. But again, like the game against City, he scored a goal, you're thinking, here we go, let's just use that now momentum. Just went hiding. Again, there was a moment in the second half where Ten Hag, actually, you could see him going mental at Marcus Rashford for him not tracking back. It's half-hearted, doesn't want to be there football. And then you hear that he wants to be part of Man United going forward, he wants to be part of this team. If they keep hold of him, then we're in big trouble. Unless you're going to play him on the bench. Is the pin-up boy of Old Trafford willing to sit on the bench next season? That's the only way that Rashford stays at United. I'm still not having it at all. But we got the win. We've got a week off now preparing for the big one against Liverpool next week. You've got to look at the positives of that. It's better than what it was against Fulham and Manchester City. That's all you can say with that one there. But I'll go back to it again. Without them penalties, what did we do? Everton, I thought, could have got something out of that game. By the way, another 23 shots against us today from Everton. And they had more of the ball against us. We're playing counter-attacking football on our own park against a team that's in the relegation battle. Think on that. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments in below. Cheers for watching, everybody. Win's a win.